everyone, welcome back. It's Angela. So lovely of you to pop on by. Today I have just completed another quick little project that I thought, well, while I was making it for a journal, I would share it quickly with yourselves. So here it is. It's not something unique or anything. I was just using some of my old botanical book pages, and I was putting together some little envelopes with some scraps and some florals that I have just put together in a new kit. So it's a second floral kit, and then I've put some beautiful labels, and I think I got these from Sharon from Mad Paper Crush. Beautiful ornate vintage labels, some stamps there from chapter 1, and really I like how these have turned out with a little bit of fabric and lace on the top there. And then of course you can just use them and put things in, or let them put them into your journals as well. Here's another one I did with some lovely florals and butterflies there, labels over there. I think these ones are from Tracy Fox. I've had them a long time. And another one of those new florals, some little sentiments over there, another label from Sharon's label kits. I will put the links in the description boxes for the items that I've used, but I really love how these have turned out. Isn't that pretty, with that variegated color on that sari ribbon? I love the mauves and purples. So that's really turned out really quite pretty. And I'm going to just slip them. I like to slip them over the side of a page in my journal. I'm just trying to see. So for example, if this was the page, I like to just slip it over there like that and put a paper clip on it, and then it decorates sort of two sides of the page. So that's sort of how I add them into the journals, or sometimes you can use them as flip outs as well. Here's the last one I did. Sort of gets addictive, and I was on a roll using up bits and pieces, so quite like how that turned out. Sorry. Right, so I'm going to show you how I did that in a second. Just wanted to share with you, as I said, I've put together a second floral kit. Loved using the other one, and I use those florals a lot. So I found some others, and I have now put them together in a kit. So just want to share that with you today. So we've got these beautiful mauves and blues here with some white as well. I love those. And then I've got another page of peaches and pinks, and one or two mauve ones there as well. So I've got that, and then the third page again, some mauves, sort of a little bit of a red blush color, whites and blues again. And then I have just stuck a page behind here because I used them on the front in this size, the size that they come in the kit as. But then I wanted to show you again how, if you can print two to a page, so you can see I've taken, I think it's this page here, that's the full size. And then if you print two to a page, I've chopped one off there, you can get them slightly smaller. So you can alternate the size, adjust the size of those florals according to what you want to use them for. So for these envelopes that are quite small, I've used the half size over there, and then on the front I've used the full size. So it all depends on what size envelope you're making. All right, so you will find these in my Etsy shop. I will put the link in the description box below. So if you are interested in using these, always a great idea for me, I think, because I'll make something, I'll really like that floral image, but of course I only have one old book, and of course that's the only opportunity I have to use it. This way I get to use the images that I really enjoy for a multitude of different projects, so I really do enjoy this. Okay, so I'm going to put those aside quickly. Here you can see I cut out a whole bunch because I have been getting them all ready, and somebody asked me, how do I actually fussy cut out? So I thought I would just show you that. So sorry if you are a old hack at this. I'm going to just show people who keep asking me certain of these types of techniques. Right, the first thing I do is I do cut them out into individual sort of pieces first of all. Now the trick for me, and of course everybody's got their own way of doing this, but the trick for me is to hold the scissors in the same position and to move the piece of paper. So I'm just going to show you ever so quickly. I keep my scissors like this, and I don't move the scissors. I move the piece of paper. And you can go as close or as far away from the edge as you choose. Okay, so this is how I go about doing this. So the scissors stay pretty much in the same place, and I'm just moving the piece of paper with my left hand. All right, and it seems to work well for me, and I can cut out loads of these while I'm watching the telly. Well, not without looking at what I'm doing, of course, but before you know it, you've got a whole pile of these collected, ready to go for the various projects that you want to make. So don't be afraid if you're not sure, or you're not sure how to do it. Here's the little tutorial on how to do that ever so quickly. All right, so just going to finish this one off, and you can see it's really easy to do. All right, don't keep moving your, or for me, I don't keep moving my wrist around. This to me I found is the easiest way, and there you go, you've got it all sorted. Okay, so I hope that helps for those people who asked me about that. Right, so let's get on to what we were doing with our envelopes. I have taken, I've got a lovely selection of books that were falling apart. Old paper that I've managed to salvage, and this one is luckily about fruit, so that was all right. I've just taken a page here like that. It doesn't matter what size the page is, but if you're able to salvage books from going into landfill or into the tip, then grab them, because the old paper is really lovely. Give them a purpose, like this kind of a thing. So I know that we like to do this, and I love to use book pages when I can get hold of them. So this is not hard to do at all. Just decide how much you want to fold up the first bit. You need to have a piece for the flap, and you don't want to bend it over right where your fold line is here, because then you won't be able to get your goodies in very easily. You want to leave about a 1/2 inch or 1.5 centimeter gap. So I'm just winging it here. I'm going to just fold that down like that. I'm going to leave my gap, so I'm just guesstimating here, and I'm then going to just fold the top bit over like that. All right, now I know that you might on certain occasions, for example, want to use a printed page, and that is absolutely fine. You can do the same with a digital printout, but of course sometimes when you turn these over, this thing goes the wrong way around. There's nothing wrong with cutting that piece off right there and then moving it so that it is the correct way on the upright position. So that can happen as well. All right, so we've got the shape of our little envelope in ready here. Now what you can do is you can just open this up and put some glue on the two sides here. So let me just show you. So, oh, that's all mucky. You can just glue this down and just run a bead of glue on the side there and on the side there, and that would be it for the gluing. All right, so because that bottom bit already is sealed, so you could just do that like that. So we've got our little pocket for once it's dry in there already, and that's good to go. But of course I like to sew mine more for the decorative effect, and I'm not going to stop. I have actually sewn one so I can show you, so I'm going to just put that one to the side, and here you can see the first bit I sew is actually across here. Once I've done that, then I go and sew the rest of the perimeter around the envelope, and that gives me the effect that I like. All right, so that's what I like to do. So that's that there. Well, I'll need that, so let's not worry there. Now what I do is I like to start with the back, and as I say, grab my scrap pile. So you know I like to keep my small scraps in a little container like that, and it's easy for me then just to look for what I'm looking for. I was looking for a lot of pieces that were sort of had font and stuff on them, so I have just pulled them out and got them ready instead of me looking through things. I found 2 pieces here like that, and one that's slightly darker. So I've just torn out little scrappy bits like this. I'm going to then layer them up on here. So that's all I'm going to do. So grab out those scrappy bits. That's why I never throw them away. Those smally bits I use so often, as you've seen many times before. So I do recommend, and that was just a recycled piece of packaging that I've stored them all in. So, you know, you can't go wrong with that. Now I'm just finding, this is the back of the envelope, just putting these down here and gluing them in place. So like that. Just wanted to say to everybody that I hope you guys had a great Mother's Day on Sunday. I saw a lot of messages coming through to me, and I thank you guys all for that. That's just amazing. But why I never said anything myself is because I totally forgot it was Mother's Day in the rest of the world, because the UK actually celebrate Mother's Day in March. So I'm so sorry, ladies. A very lovely Mother's Day to you all. But it was lovely to receive Mother's Day wishes again, because it's always lovely to get those, so I'm not complaining. Right, I'm taking this little one, which is I cut out 2 to a page from my new floral kit, and I do love these. I can never get enough of the florals, so that is always lovely. And I'm just going to glue this straight down on top of the little scrappy bits that I've put down there. So I'm going to just stick that like that over there, and that's perfect. All right, so it's coming along nicely. And then what I'm going to do is I've got one of these. I think this is a Tracy Fox label. I've had these for the longest time, but I will put the links down for you guys so that you've got everything. And I'm going to just put this, I think, over here like that. Or do I want it? Yeah, I'm going to put it over there. Decisions. And then I have just grabbed one of my little butterflies, so it's like a peachy pink color, which went perfectly. And I'm just going to finish it off on the back with that. So there we go. And then it's just a case of where do I want it. I think I'm going to put it further down so that we can see it. All right, so there's the back of the envelope all laid up. And the top will end up going down like that. We will decorate that at the end. And now we're just going to turn it over and we're going to do the front. So I've grabbed a few bits and pieces here. Here's another one of those labels from Sharon's from Mad Paper Crushers kits. I do love the ornateness of these vintage labels. So I'm going to end up putting that down there. Then I've just grabbed a little scrap again from that pile. I'm going to stick that down probably first. So let's do that. These are all just incorrect prints or bits that I had left over that I'm getting rid of. So I have misprints and all sorts in there. So I was just checking how I wanted this before I go and stick it down. Got this gorgeous floral as well. I love those colors. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll just stick that down like that. Beautiful. So just put some glue on here. I do like these quick little projects, and I have had to catch up on some of the things I like to have on hand. I don't make a lot of mass makes because every journal's different, and I sort of just go with what I feel at the time. But it is nice to have certain bits and pieces ready, like this kind of thing. So even if it's just the base and you haven't decorated it, you know, so that's also a great idea. Right, before I press down on the other side here, and I think I'm going to just move this over a bit, I want to stick this underneath, so I'm going to stick it probably a little bit down there like that. But I also wanted to put on some music paper, which I have behind me here. So I've got a vintage sheet here of music paper. I'm just going to just take a little bit here. Oh, I love the way this tears. It's just, old paper is just amazing. The quality of it, I love. So I'm just going to stick this down here quickly. And then just getting my layers right. So that's there, that's there. So we're going to get that over there. And then we can put our little label on. This is great because you can write on this in some really lovely handwriting, send it off to somebody. You know, the opportunities are endless, really. So you want that like that, and you want to stick that down like that, so everything's coming together like this. And then I've got a little stamp. This is from chapter 1. Do like their stamps, so we're going to just use that as well. We'll stick that at the top. Okay, and then going through all these little pots that I've got here, I wanted just to stick a little sentiment, and I think that's the one, happiness, from my typewriter. And I do love using these. I want to make some more as well. I love a quote. I really do love using quotes, happy quotes. Right, so there we go. That's pretty much finished for that side. And then all I'm going to do is, I've got an old sort of postage stamp type of stamp, and I've had this for a very long time. Don't ask me where I got this from, but I'm going to just give it a bit of a authentic postage stamp over there. Okay, so we've decorated the front, we've decorated the back, and now all I need to do is finish off with this kind of a thing on the top. So that is really easily done. I've got some lace that I've just cut off, and I'm going to just take my Fabri-Tac and just run some of that. I've just filled this up and got the glue all over my hands earlier. Oh my gosh, I took the top off and it ran out so fast because the Fabri-Tac is slightly thinner than the 3-in-1 I've discovered, and I wasn't expecting it, and I only had the nozzle bit off here, and oh my gosh, it ran all the way down the bottle. I just had it everywhere, so I was running around trying to get the baby wipe, and oh my gosh, it was a big mess. I've recovered from it now, thank goodness. All right, so I stick the lacy bit down with glue first of all, and then what I do is I'm going to take this fabric. This is Liberty of London, and I'm going to just go like this. Now you could stitch this by hand with a quick little running stitch in the middle if you don't have a machine, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pleat it and stitch it across the top over there. So I'll see you guys back here in a minute. Okay, so there you can see I've just stitched a little frill on the bottom there, so it looks lovely, and oh, got a little thread here. It just sort of finishes that off there, so we can just cut that off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put on a little bit of the gauze, which I've just cut apart there and teased it to make it quite loose. I'm going to just stick that over the end here of my sewing. I'm going to stick that down, and then I've just got one of my little butterflies again, and I do like to just sort of get rid of the little white edges with the distress ink, And then I'm going to just put some glue on the back of this one and just angle it there. So I think that just finishes it off. I do like to do that. And then just put on one of these little pearls like that. Okay, so there we go. And I just like how that looks. It looks so pretty. All right, so you've got everything that you will need. I will put the links for the flowers, the butterflies, the labels, and of course these lovely labels and florals and sentiments that and the stamps, everything that you could reproduce this yourself completely. All right, so there we go, another very quick and simple tutorial. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I have made 5 here in no time at all, as I said to you. This one needs to just, it's not lying flat here, so what the best is to do is just to take your bone folder, and there we go. Make it nice and flat, and I do think it looks better with the butterfly on it, so I might just add some more there. All right, so there we've got a whole load of them from what I've made today. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, stay safe and sound. Have a great week. I will be back with another video very soon, so look after yourselves, have fun, and have fun crafting. See you all very soon. Bye bye.